I Hi. I'm just gonna wait a little until I am live. There it is. This is the rise of a new era. This is the feminine rebellion. I've been doing these live sessions and saying that we've been silenced. I've been saying that I have been saying this, that we've been silenced, but I haven't been mentioning the reasons. And the reason is because that all of the history in women history, there has been centuries of suppression. There has been centuries of asking for permission. Our time is today. Our time is to reclaim our power and to stop asking for permission. And this unworthiness, this guilt that we feel, this people pleasing, this self betrayal, this necessity to look for external validation, it is not, it has been instilled in you based on your past experiences, but also the lives of women before you. We've internalized these beliefs of unworthiness, of people pleasing, of self betrayal, but because of the society, because of the patriarchy, because of what we've seen, who are our female leaders? There are a few female leaders. Of course, things are changing, and I keep repeating this, but there is not enough proof. This is why you have to rebel. You have to rebel if you are a woman. We are done asking for permission. We are done. It is your time to reclaim your power. We have overworked. We value how women look over their power. People over here talking about how I look. I'm sorry, but my authority, it's not about how I look. It is past that. We are obsessed with beauty standards, emotional labor, comparison. We have to work between women. And if you're feeling called, if you feel like you are meant to rebel, it is your body is telling you, maybe you're feeling drained. Maybe you're feeling that your essence doesn't reflect your life right now. You're yearning from a deeper meaning. You realize that you've been performing instead of living. This is a huge turning point. Stop it with the good girl programming. Stop it with the doing, 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 and start actually being. We are so obsessed with doing the routine, the to-do list, but we don't get a chance to live with our intuition because we think that is not power. When we lose our intuition, when we're not attuned to it, we forget that. We forget that we have the power to do something different, to actually manifest stuff. But you're so wired into doing it the masculine way that nothing is working. Hi, Sandra. Happy birthday. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'm going to continue this live because my authority is sharing this energy with you, and it's way more powerful than I'm expressing with my words. The role of intuition and the feminine awakening, it is so powerful. But since we have male leaders who value the man way, I'm not saying that's bad. I am saying that women are different than men. We are not meant to do the same things and live the same way that they're living. We're forgetting the phases of the moon. We're forgetting that we have cycles, that we're meant to work with our menstrual cycle, whether you bleed or you don't bleed. Every month is a renewal phase for you. You know, when this revolution begins, it begins when you start choosing yourself. When you start to reclaim what you think, when you start to understand and embody your emotions, when you do not hold anybody accountable for your money, for your relationships, for your friendships, for your desires. You're not going to hold accountable your dad for not getting what you want, for a bag, for things that you want in life. I'm just throwing out stuff there. You're not gonna hold accountable your man, your boyfriend, for something that you want, a trip that you want. You can. We've been wired. We've been wired because that was the norm back then. Before, we were passed from father to husband. So we only were able to manifest through them, through male roles. Babe, I'm doing it live. I'm doing it live. We're only meant to break that pattern, and that is choosing yourself. That is choosing that you have the power to share your gifts, to monetize whatever it is that you're good at, to do a business, to work in a company that's going to value you, to not accept anything less than what you deserve. It means to rebel with love and with grace, with fierceness. It means to reclaim your body, your mind, and your vision, and to not go against anything that says otherwise. People, we're human. We are us women, we are the ones who bridge the untangible with the tangible. Just the fact, just putting out an example, just the fact that we give birth to another human being, we are the ones who bridge the untangible with the tangible. Reclaim your body, reclaim your mind, reclaim your vision, because putting yourself in the down position, putting yourself like that you're not capable of doing something, it's not serving you justice. It's not serving you, the collective, or anybody else. So what are the pillars for this feminine rebellion? What are the pillars for this rebellion? Self-worthiness. You don't ask what you're meant to receive. What you don't ask for, for authority figures, what you're meant for, what you deserve. You don't ask for permission. You simply work within your cycles. You simply know what you're doing, and you're going to manifest something. You choose the right partners. You're not in relationships that do not fulfill you. You're not in relationships that are going to drain your energy, drain your power. You understand that men have a different role. This feminine rebellion is also knowing that you are your own authority. You are your own source. What do I mean by this? Knowing is this deep understanding, this deep knowing, this deep clarity that you have power. And it's also this embodiment that you're not meant to live in your head. You're meant to feel through your body. We've forgotten this. We're not attuned to our bodies because we think logically. I'm not saying do not think logically. However, we cannot feel our bodies anymore because of all the distractions there are. We are meant to work with other women, to rise from above. We are meant to hold each other's hands because it is not a competition working with another woman. We heal through connection. We heal through helping other women. Sharing our experiences is soulful. It's healing not only you, it's healing also the collective. It's healing generations forward. It is setting an example for your future daughter. And this feminine rebellion also is a leadership. It's a sacred leadership that comes from within, that comes from your intuition, from softness, from power, from nurturing, from being empathetic. All of the things that I just said are supposedly, they are not good. But those are very powerful if you know how to use them in a business situation, in a partnership. When does this revolution start? When you stop letting experiences that drain you into your life, relationships that are not good for you, living unfulfilling careers that you know that that is not what you're meant to do. This revolution is also creating businesses that moves and is rooted in our authority. What do I mean by authority? Is rooted in our authority and speaking from our body, from our gut. People that think this and do not know what I'm talking about probably think, oh, she's crazy, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But talking from your authority, from your gut, is way more powerful than having an outline. I'm not saying memorize the speech, but talking from your gut, from this energy of your magnetic field, is way more powerful than speaking from a memorized speech. This revolution, it is also taking up space. It is also saying no unapologetically. It is also resting. It is also having the pleasure to do the things that you want. It is a pleasure of drinking and hydrating yourself and eating whole foods. It is passion. It is this pleasure of being alive and existing here. Each person has a role. Please leave any comments. If you're a woman, say hi. If you are a woman, leave a question. Because people who are so distracted by what they can't see, they cannot feel this energetic field that I'm showing up as. This rebellion becomes collective, becomes a liberation, because you're not only healing yourself, just like I said a few moments ago, you're healing the collective. You're showing future women, future daughters, future women, girls, what they're meant to do. Whatever it is that whatever your role is. Whether it's good or bad, whatever that means. That is so relative. We change the narrative for daughters, nieces, and the world. And we go from survival to thriving. This is the new paradigm for womanhood. And we are being called, we are awakening, because we are awakening because that's what the collective is feeling right now. This is not a rebellion of rage. This is a return to your essence that you know that you have. This is a return to your essence that has been hiding, that is calling your name. Every time you are in a situation that you know that you're meant to move from. Every woman is invited to rise, is invited to rebel with love. Because the time starts now, and it starts with you. If you are feeling called to join this, if you just actually listen into your intuition, I'm going to tell you a few steps that you can do, a few things that you can integrate to rebel into this feminine rebellion. And one of the first things that you can do is actually notice what you put into your body. Notice how you're speaking to yourself. Notice how you're speaking of others. Why don't you focus more on what you want to do instead of speaking of others? That is what's known in womanhood. You can also have this self-care and do work with your cycle. If you have already done this, if you take into action what I've said throughout this entire life, you can make a change. By the end of the month, you'll be feeling different. You'll be feeling more confidence. You'll be feeling more worthy of whatever it is that you want in life. And let me tell you, if you're feeling called because your soul is asking for more, that is where you can find the art of becoming. The art of becoming is a guide of things to do and then things to embody. To notice what it is that you are meant to do. To notice that this discipline that you've been wired to have, it's been good. However, you need to find balance. Because us women, we are different from men. We are different from men because we have cycles. We have the cycle of menstruation. Every month we go through phases. I'm not gonna get into the menstrual phases, the menstruation phases. But if you know, you know. So I invite you to step into your calling, step into your power, because I'll be waiting in the art of becoming there. It is such a potent work. It is such an amazing feeling to be doing this, because as we continue to do the work, as I continue to do the classes each week, something comes up each week on what must be talked about. Every week there's something, there's a problem, there is a collective resonance. We've just shifted. Everything is changing now. And we are being called to notice the power that we're holding inside of us. This is not power by force. I don't mean power by force, but notice your intuition. Learn to listen to your body. Learn what you're putting in your mouth is affecting you. And having an effect in you. Okay? Hi Jaden, how are you? Hi Mr. Red, hi Alberto, hi. Hello. Oh, hi Sandra. Hello Ed. My zodiac sign is, my rising is a Libra, my moon is Capricorn, and my sun is Capricorn. Hello. Hi Tushi. I'm from Florida. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. From Florida? Yes, I am in a relationship. No, I do not have kids, not yet. This is a rebellion to come back into your essence, ladies. Remember that. I'll be hosting an event in New York this Saturday, May 31st. If you're in New York, I invite you to email me and I'll send you the details. Okay? I love you so much, and I'm going to take questions now. And yes, I want kids in the future. Not yet. Cleopatra. Yes, I feel like I have some goddess in my background or something. I love going to the gym. I love going to the gym and also swimming. Is that considered sports? I understand how men can feel drawn to beauty. That is why I am here. Because to remind you that men feel through us. Men feel through us. So if we are in survival, if we are in fear, they often, when a man is in love with you, they don't know how to explain this feeling because they feel so amazing when they're with us, when they're in love. They don't know how to explain. Often when people get fall in love, men usually cannot explain their emotions. So like they often say, she makes me feel like, I don't know, good. It's often about how you make the other person feel. If you hold that thought, you can realize that they're feeling through us. So since we are the portal of the intangible and the tangible, we have to remain in this love phase, but not with them, but with us, within us. Why? Because when we fall out of love, it is often but because we see the other person as they are. When that happens, we show up as our true selves. The perfect version is no longer there. So if you know that you hold the power in relationships, I do not mean, when I say power, I do not mean by force. What I mean is that we have the power to we have the power to influentiate influence to influence our choices, to influence them, to get and to build a beautiful life. This rebellion, it is not this rebellion, it is not by force. It is not, I'm not saying go out and fight. I am saying remember your essence. Remember your softness. Remember what you are about. Have the clarity that if somebody else is different from you, it is okay. Have the clarity that you are safe within you. When you have that clarity, this femininity comes effortlessly. This femininity holds power because you're not only showing up as a woman that is disempowered, you're showing up as disembodied. You have doubts show up, unworthiness show up, shame shows up. When you have this low vibration emotions, isn't keeping you stuck and also keeping you in a phase where you're not going to manifest anything. Hello, Anaya, how are you? When you forget that you hold power, you put yourself as a victim. You give yourself the power. Whoever it is with you, they take away your power. So this rebellion does not mean force or fight or survival. It means softness. It means that my truth, my voice holds power. It means that my clarity, my body, my safe space gives you peace. I am here to remind you that you are holding power. What can we do to rebel? What can we do to do something different? Heal. When you heal, you give power and you heal generations of women forward and backwards. You know why there's not a lot of stories of women? Because not up until 1920, I believe, we weren't able to vote. And what was before that? When was the revolution back then? When were we able to have a job, to make our own money? And then we overworked until we got burned out, manifested diseases, and then we're finally noticing that we need to have a balance between the two. We can get to have it all. If you know that you're in this world because you want to have it all, you want to have the house, you want to have the money, because if you cannot, if a woman is over here showing herself as powerful and she does not hold money and she's a hippie, I'm sorry, but that is not the type of bridge that I'm talking about. I'm talking about making the intangible to manifest it in physical, so we can have it, we can hold it. I'm talking about manifesting your true desires, the money, the house, the husband. What can you do? You have to change. But humans are not wired to change. This truth that I'm talking about has been kept away as silence. This truth that I'm telling you was not available for the people for free. It is the type of truth that was only held for the elites, the people who had and held the most money, power. This embodiment that I'm telling you, this rebellion, it has to come from you. That you are able, you want change for you, for yourself. the link for the course, if you know how to heal, good. If you have other ways, good. But if you're feeling called that you want this now, you want to work within you so you can have something different, please join the course. The art of becoming is such an amazing journey. It's an amazing journey because it holds truth to this type of energy. I love you guys, and if you don't have any more questions, I am going to go because I have another class that I'm being called to share a more exclusive embodiment practice for the art of becoming that I'm going to do as I finish this video. And if you don't have anything else, I'm going to let you go. I love you, and you already know what to do, where to find me. I'm going to repeat one more time for the people who last joined, and I'll be having an event, a women's circle event in New York City this Saturday. So please let me know if you're available. I would love for you to come. Okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.